Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today I want to take you on a fascinating journey through the history of Islam in Taiwan, a story that spans centuries and weaves through Taiwan's vibrant cultural landscape. In the first part, we will explore how Islam began to take root on the island, from the first Muslim traders in the 17th century to the significant waves of refugees and communities that arrived in the 20th century and shaped Taiwan's unique Muslim identity. We will then examine the current demographics of Taiwan's Muslim population, providing some fascinating statistics and insights into how diverse the community is in terms of origin, faith, and tradition. We will also look at where Muslims living in Taiwan primarily live, especially those who have lived here for generations, and look at the lives of older Muslims and the key roles they play in maintaining Islamic traditions. In the following sections, we will examine how Muslims in Taiwan have adapted their daily lives and routines of worship and communal activities, and where they live and work in Taiwan's major cities. Finally, we will discuss an important question: is there Islamophobia in Taiwan? Here we will see how Islam is perceived, whether there are organized Islamophobic groups, and what the government and society are doing to promote inclusion and support. Let's get started. The earliest Muslim presence in Taiwan can be traced back to the 17th century. During the Dutch colonial period, Muslim traders from China's southeastern coastal provinces, particularly Fujian and Guangdong, would sail to Taiwan for trade. These early Muslims were primarily involved in the maritime trade routes that connected China's coast with Southeast Asia. However, these were mostly temporary visitors rather than permanent settlers. A more significant Muslim presence emerged during the Qing dynasty, especially in the late 19th century. When the Qing government began actively developing Taiwan, some Muslim merchants and officials from mainland China settled on the island. These Muslims were primarily from the Hui ethnic group, one of China's major Muslim minorities. They established small communities, mainly in port cities, but their numbers remained relatively small. The real turning point in Taiwan's Islamic history came in 1949, during what's known as the Great Retreat. When the Chinese Civil War ended with the communist victory on the mainland, around 20,000 Muslims fled to Taiwan, along with Chiang Kai-shek's Kuomintang government. This group included military personnel, government officials, intellectuals, and business people, primarily from China's Muslim-populated regions like Yunnan, Gansu, and Ningxia. These refugees brought with them their religious traditions, cultural practices, and even their architectural styles. Many of them were well-educated and held important positions in society, which helped them establish a strong foundation for Islam in Taiwan. Among these refugees were several prominent Islamic scholars who would later play crucial roles in organizing the Muslim community. In 1950, a significant development occurred with the establishment of the Chinese Muslim Association in Taipei. This organization became the primary representative body for Muslims in Taiwan and played a crucial role in preserving Islamic culture and protecting Muslim interests. The association helped organize religious activities, provided Islamic education, and worked to maintain connections with the global Muslim community. The 1960s marked another important milestone with the construction of the Taipei Grand Mosque, which remains Taiwan's largest mosque to this day. The mosque was built with funding from Saudi Arabia and other Muslim countries, symbolizing Taiwan's growing connections with the international Muslim community. Its architecture beautifully combines traditional Islamic design with Chinese elements, reflecting the unique identity of Taiwan's Muslim community. During the 1970s and 1980s, Taiwan's economic miracle brought new opportunities for the Muslim community. Many Muslims became successful in international trade, particularly in commerce with Muslim-majority countries in Southeast Asia and the Middle East. This period also saw the establishment of several Islamic cultural centers and smaller mosques in other cities. The 1990s brought a new wave of Muslims to Taiwan, migrant workers and international students from Indonesia, Malaysia, and other Southeast Asian countries. This demographic shift added new dimensions to Taiwan's Muslim community, bringing different Islamic traditions and cultural practices to the island. A particularly interesting aspect of this history is how the Chinese Muslim refugees maintained their distinct identity while adapting to Taiwanese society. They preserved their religious practices and dietary restrictions while participating fully in Taiwan's economic and social development. Many opened halal butcher shops and restaurants, which became important community gathering places. In recent decades, we've seen a new chapter in Taiwan's Islamic history with the rise of local converts to Islam. While their numbers are still small, they represent an important bridge between Islamic and Taiwanese culture, showing how the religion continues to evolve and adapt in the local context. One fascinating aspect often overlooked is the role of Muslim women in preserving Islamic traditions in Taiwan. Many of the early refugee families relied on women to maintain religious education at home and pass on Islamic traditions to the next generation, especially during times when formal Islamic education was limited. Let me share with you the fascinating demographic landscape of Taiwan's Muslim community, which tells a remarkable story of religious diversity in this East Asian nation. Currently, Taiwan is home to approximately 60,000 Muslims, representing about 0.3% of the total population of 23 million people. And while this might seem like a small number, the community's composition reveals a rich tapestry of cultures and backgrounds that make it uniquely diverse and dynamic. The vast majority of Taiwan's Muslims, approximately 95% of the population, follow Sunni Islam and adhere to the Hanafi school of Islamic jurisprudence, which is commonly practiced among Chinese Muslims and those from Southeast Asia, while the remaining 5% consists of Shia Muslims, primarily from Iran, Pakistan, and other Middle Eastern countries, most of whom follow the Twelver school of thought, though there are also small numbers of Ismaili and Zaidi Shias within this group. The ethnic composition of Taiwan's Muslim population is particularly interesting, with Chinese Muslims, known as Hui, numbering around 20,000 and primarily consisting of descendants of the 1949 refugees who have become well integrated into Taiwanese society while maintaining their religious identity. The largest group of foreign Muslims comes from Indonesia, with approximately 30,000 people, mostly comprising temporary workers and some permanent residents who work in factories, as caregivers, or in domestic service sectors. Malaysian Muslims, numbering around 2,000, typically come to Taiwan as students and professionals, often working in technology or business sectors, while other foreign Muslims, approximately 5,000 in total, include communities from Pakistan, Bangladesh, Turkey, and various Arab countries, who are primarily involved in international trade or academic positions. Perhaps most intriguingly, there are about 3,000 Taiwanese converts to Islam, a slowly but steadily growing group often connected to interfaith marriages and predominantly found in urban areas. When we look at the geographic distribution of Muslims in Taiwan, we find that they are predominantly concentrated in urban areas, with Taipei City and New Taipei City together hosting about 40% of the total Muslim population, followed by Taoyuan City with 25%, Kaohsiung City with 15%, Taichung City with 10%, and the remaining 10% scattered across other areas of the island. The historical growth of this community tells an interesting story, starting from around 20,000 Muslims in 1949, primarily refugees from mainland China, growing to 25,000 in the 1960s, reaching 30,000 in the 1980s, expanding to 50,000 in the 2000s, and finally arriving at today's population of approximately 60,000. This growth has been influenced by various factors, including changes in immigration policies, international student enrollment, labor migration patterns, and interfaith marriages leading to conversions. The age demographics of Taiwan's Muslim population skew relatively young, with 35% under 30 years old, 45% between 30 and 50 years old, and 20% over 50, largely due to the influx of younger Muslim workers and students from Southeast Asia. Education levels within the community vary significantly, with Chinese Muslims generally having higher education levels, foreign Muslim professionals often holding advanced degrees, Muslim migrant workers typically having secondary education, and second and third generation Muslims showing high university attendance rates. In terms of employment, the community shows considerable diversity, with 25% working in professional sectors, 30% in the service industry, 20% in manufacturing and construction, 10% in education and religious services, and 15% in other sectors. The gender distribution within Taiwan's Muslim community shows a slight male majority at 55% compared to 45% female, primarily due to the higher number of male foreign workers and students. When it comes to citizenship status, approximately 40% are Taiwanese citizens, 15% are permanent residents, and 45% are temporary residents, including workers and students. And an especially notable trend is the growing presence of international Muslim students in Taiwan, with approximately 3,000 students primarily from Malaysia and Indonesia studying in fields like engineering, business, and medicine, many of whom choose to remain in Taiwan after completing their studies. Let me paint you a vivid picture of daily life for Muslims in Taiwan, where ancient Islamic traditions blend seamlessly with modern East Asian society in fascinating and unique ways. The rhythm of Muslim life in Taiwan revolves around the 5 daily prayers, with practitioners finding creative ways to maintain their religious obligations while fully participating in Taiwan's fast-paced urban environment. In recent years, many offices in Taipei and other major cities have begun providing dedicated prayer rooms, while others practice their faith in quiet corners of parks or designated areas in shopping malls. And major transportation hubs like Taipei Main Station now feature purpose-built prayer spaces to accommodate the growing Muslim community. The Taipei Grand Mosque stands as the beating heart of Taiwan's Muslim community, particularly during Friday prayers, when it welcomes between 2,000 to 3,000 worshippers from all walks of life. This architectural marvel doesn't just serve as a place of worship, it's a vibrant community center offering weekend Islamic classes for children, regular Quran recitation sessions, marriage services, funeral arrangements, and serves as the focal point for major celebrations like Eid. Similarly, the Longgang Mosque in Taoyuan has become a crucial hub for the Indonesian worker community, offering weekly Indonesian language religious lectures and providing temporary accommodation for travelers, while the Kaohsiung Mosque serves southern Taiwan's Muslim population with regular Islamic study circles and provides essential support to new converts. The professional life of Muslims in Taiwan spans across various sectors, with many working in Taipei's prestigious Xinyi district in finance and technology, while others contribute to Taoyuan's industrial zones or Hsinchu's renowned science park. Around the mosques, traditional Muslim businesses flourish, including halal butcher shops, Islamic bookstores, and restaurants serving traditional Muslim Chinese cuisine. Progressive companies increasingly accommodate their Muslim employees by providing prayer spaces, offering flexible hours during Ramadan, and including halal options in company cafeterias, though some workers still face challenges in negotiating religious holiday arrangements. The Muslim community has established strong residential patterns across Taiwan's major cities, with significant populations in Taipei's Zhongzheng district surrounding the Grand Mosque, in Dan district near National Taiwan University, and in Wenshan district, which attracts Muslim families due to its excellent schools. Taoyuan City has become home to substantial Indonesian and Malaysian communities, particularly near its industrial zones and airport, while Kaohsiung's port area maintains its historical Muslim presence with growing communities in newer districts. Access to halal food, a crucial aspect of Muslim life, has improved dramatically in recent years, with over 200 certified halal restaurants now operating across Taiwan. Major cities offer halal options in convenience stores, and there's a growing number of halal food delivery services. Many families maintain their traditional Muslim Chinese cuisine at home, supported by Indonesian and Malaysian grocery stores, weekly halal markets near mosques, and an expanding network of online halal food shopping options. Community life thrives through regular activities such as weekly study circles, youth sports leagues, women's gathering groups, and cultural exchange events. Educational initiatives play a crucial role, with weekend Islamic schools, Arabic language classes, Quran memorization programs, and cultural activities for children, helping to preserve religious and cultural heritage. During Ramadan, the community comes alive with iftar gatherings, while Eid celebrations bring together Muslims from all backgrounds for festivals, food fairs, and cultural performances. The story of Islamophobia in Taiwan presents a unique case study that differs significantly from the experiences of Muslim communities in many Western nations, and even other Asian countries. Unlike regions where organized anti-Muslim movements and explicit discrimination are prevalent, Taiwan's relationship with its Muslim community is characterized more by unfamiliarity than hostility, creating a distinctive environment where religious tolerance generally prevails while subtle challenges persist beneath the surface. The Taiwanese Constitution's strong protection of religious freedom, combined with the government's active promotion of religious diversity, has created a foundation for mutual understanding and respect, though the journey toward complete integration continues to evolve. Media representation of Muslims in Taiwan reflects this complex dynamic, with mainstream news coverage often focusing on international conflicts and sometimes inadvertently perpetuating stereotypes. Yet there's a growing trend toward more balanced reporting that highlights local Muslim communities and their positive contributions to Taiwanese society. Social media presents its own challenges, with occasional misinformation and anti-Muslim content shared from Western sources, but it has also become a platform for Muslim voices to share their experiences and engage in meaningful interfaith dialogue with the broader Taiwanese public. This digital conversation has helped foster better understanding and challenge misconceptions about Islam and Muslim communities. The Taiwanese government has taken significant steps to support its Muslim population through various initiatives, including the promotion of halal certification programs and Muslim-friendly tourism. These efforts reflect a broader institutional recognition of the Muslim community's needs and contributions to Taiwanese society. Educational institutions, while still offering limited coverage of Islam in standard curricula, are increasingly incorporating Islamic studies programs and cultural exchange initiatives with Muslim-majority countries, helping to bridge the knowledge gap and promote better understanding among younger generations. In the workplace, Muslims in Taiwan face subtle challenges rather than overt discrimination. Issues often center around practical matters such as prayer time accommodation, dietary requirements, and dress code considerations, particularly for women who wear hijab. However, there's a growing trend among Taiwanese companies to implement diversity programs, provide prayer rooms, and offer halal options in company cafeterias. This evolution in workplace culture reflects a broader societal shift toward greater inclusivity. Though progress continues to be gradual and varies significantly across different organizations and regions, recent years have seen positive developments in making Taiwan more Muslim-friendly, with an increasing number of public spaces providing prayer facilities and more restaurants obtaining halal certification. Major transportation hubs, shopping centers, and tourist attractions are gradually adding amenities to accommodate Muslim needs, reflecting both government policy and market recognition of the growing Muslim presence in Taiwan. These changes have been particularly noticeable in urban areas, though rural regions still lag in providing such accommodations. The Muslim community's response to these challenges has been proactive and multifaceted, with organizations like the Chinese Muslim Association taking the lead in representing community interests and facilitating cultural exchange. Open house events at mosques, educational programs, and community outreach activities help demystify Islam for the general public, while professional networks and support groups assist Muslims in navigating various aspects of life in Taiwan. Youth engagement programs particularly focus on helping younger generations maintain their Islamic identity while fully participating in Taiwanese society. Looking toward the future, Taiwan's approach to its Muslim community continues to evolve positively, with growing awareness and acceptance among the general population, increasing institutional support, and better infrastructure for Muslim needs. However, challenges remain in areas such as educational representation, workplace integration, and public facilities, particularly outside major urban centers. The path forward involves continued effort from both the Muslim community and broader Taiwanese society to build understanding and create an environment where religious diversity is not just tolerated but celebrated. This unique situation in Taiwan offers valuable insights into how societies can address religious diversity without falling into the trap of organized Islamophobia. While the challenges faced by Muslims in Taiwan are real, they tend to stem from lack of familiarity rather than ideological opposition, creating opportunities for education and dialogue to bridge these gaps. The ongoing evolution of Taiwan's relationship with its Muslim community demonstrates how religious minorities can maintain their identity while successfully integrating into a different cultural context. contributing to the country's development as a truly multicultural society. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the history and life of Muslims in Taiwan. If you enjoyed learning about this unique cultural story and want to hear more insights like this, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Your support helps bring more content like this to you, and I'd love for you to be part of this community. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.